Hello, and welcome to Gerald Cozy ASMR. Start off by saying, if you dig in the vibe, subscribe, like the video, leave me comments, and since we're live, come in the chat and talk. Now today, I've been wanting a tarot deck for a while, and I was talking to my niece about it, and she said you shouldn't buy one. It should be a gift to you, but she didn't say I couldn't make one. I've made one before. So I don't have 72 cards, so I'm going to make a major arcana deck. And the difference between major and minor is, you're not going to get as much in-depth analysis, the reading, as you would with, say 4 cups or a 7 of swords. It takes all the variables out. It'll give you a nice general reading, but not get too in depth. So I'm going to make my deck out of playing cards. Those ones fell, so those are in the deck. And I'm just going to shuffle a little bit. I'm not going to do it by suits. I'm just going to use random cards with the shuffle. And then after I make the deck, if anyone would like a reading, just say so. We'll do a past, present, future, something like that. Excuse my table. Smiley face. Here we go. I don't know how I wanted to say that, but I said if anyone wants a reading, it's here live. Just ask on the chat line. And once I make the deck, we will give readings. I was thinking about I might do mine first. There we go. 2 jacks just fell. That's they made part of the major arcana deck. Arcana. I don't know how to say it. I will shuffle these a little bit longer, and then we will get to it. Okay, so how many decks do we have? We need 22 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we have our 22 cards set. And we will go in order. I have an app on my phone. So there it is. Today my card was the Ace of Cups. Go to the tarot database, and for some reason it doesn't let me go to the Fool, but the Fool is 0. So for the Fool, representing the Fool, we have the King of Diamonds. Thank you for that mystery like. I love you. So our first card as the King of Diamonds is the Fool. So we have 0 and the Fool. There's what it looks like. here's what kind of what the Fool looks like in the deck, or for the deck on this app. So, I was going to read the interpretation. The Fool. The three keywords for the Fool are innocence, new beginnings, and free spirit. The major arcana tells the story of an individual's path towards completion. Being the first card, the Fool, therefore, is a blank state, a representation of purity and innocence of a child that knows nothing of the world. New journeys are signaled here. And the Fool is full of exuberance and energy. He does not know the dangers that can beset him during his travels, and thus he stumbles forward with complete optimism, never suspecting that he may be walking a thin, tight rope. So that is 0, the Fool. And the next one is the Magician. So we have 1. He has a little infinity over his head, so we will put the infinity in the Magician. And the Magician drew the 3 of clubs. Here's what the Magician resembles. And we will read the story of the Magician. The Magician is the representation of pure willpower. She takes all that is available to her and molds and transforms it to her desires. With her hand pointing to the ground and her wand pointing to the sky, she is the manifestation of the ancient phrase, as above, so below, meaning that the earth reflects heaven. What is within is also without, the microcosm in the macrocosm. The microcosm is the macrocosm. Naturally, this phrase is the origin of what is commonly understood as magic. So, magic, the mysterious musician. In this deck, she is portrayed as a woman. Now, you'll have different, like in some decks it says the Fool is a woman. So I think, any card, it's not really gender specific. But in this one, it was. So, Magician's a woman. You never know. We'll move to another woman. Number 2, the High Priestess. So, number 2, and she drew the Queen of Spades. Not that it means anything. It's just random. Okay, to the High Priestess. There we go. That one was pretty suiting card for the High Priestess. She's a queen. But there's her picture. And her story is, to direct your will outward, one must also be able to understand one's internal world. The High Priestess is the guardian of the unconscious and beckons the traveler to the world within. Like number 2. And we have a visitor. We have a guest on the show. Yay! I'm so terrible at typing. Okay. So we're moving on to another woman. 3 women in a row. We have number 3, the Empress. She drew the 5 of clubs. Number 3, the Empress. Did I show you what she looks like? She looks kind of Oriental in this one. Okay, her story is she is the symbol of the feminine principle, a representation of Venus and Mother Earth. She is nurturing, fertile, and a provider. There is something to her that suggests a mother figure as well. The app that I'm using. I'm learning. And that is the Empress. What is the name of this app? Golden Thread Tarot. It's black symbol with a thing of an eye. It's got an eye on it. I've used this one in the past, so I know it has, a tarot database where you could see all the cards and just search for them. Okay, where were we at? Moving on. You are welcome. And after I make this deck, if you'd like, I could do a reading for you. You'd be my first one, I think, maybe. So, just say the word, and once we get done learning the cards first and making our deck, then we could give readings. Moving on, that was 3, the Empress. Okay. Number 4 is the Emperor. I spelled it wrong. The Emperor got the 6 of Hearts. And the Emperor's story is obviously a man. While the Empress represents the archetypical mother, archetypical, I don't know how to say that right now. Archetypical mother, the Emperor represents the father. He exudes authority, and through he is stern, he is also filled with wisdom and understanding from his years. He signals structure, stability, and the rule of thought over the heart. So he's more rational thinking and less emotional. Makes calculated decisions, doesn't let that get in. The question is, when to start reading cards. I've been into it. And into tarot on and off for the past, 5 years. 5 or 6 years. Right, just, dabbled. I never really reading. This is the first time actually saying, hey, let me give you a reading or whatever. So you're on the ground level. Not that I want to make it my profession or anything. I'm just, I am just trying to entertain, and this really is a card game for entertainment. That's the way it was usually originated. So after the Emperor is number 5, the Hierophant. And he got the Queen of Hearts. The Hierophant looks like these. You know, it looks like a priest. But here is his story. Following the bounds of tradition, what is tried and true is valued, and it is not the time to stray from the path. This card can also represent the pursuit of knowledge or a spiritual guide. So the Hierophant, Brainiac, spiritual knowledge. Boom, boom, boom. Moving right along to number 6. 6 is the Lovers. The Lovers got the King of Spades. And here is the lover story. This is the first time someone else enters. It's more than one person. It's a plural card. The lover story is a union of harmony, full of trust, confidence, and strength. The relationship is one that represents both the physical attraction and a deep emotional bond between them. It can also represent an inner harmony between two aspects of one's personality, anima and animus, yin and yang, and so forth. So the Lovers sounds like that's a little bit of a balanced card. And it depends on your situation, how it comes up in the reading. Usually it means there's a third person involved, just in my experience. It's getting in the way. But moving right along to number 7. Number 7, we have the Chariot. Chariot got the deuce of clubs. Yes, a third person. The Chariot. Like in the Raider Waits deck, it's I think in that deck it's it's like a priest or something, like doing their wedding or something. It's a mediator. That's just what I've come across in the past. It depends on the situation, but we're on the Chariot. This is what the Chariot looks like. And the story of the Chariot is, at times, success and victory is the result of pure willpower and self-control. To achieve and accomplish what you desire, you must take the reins and harness the chaotic forces that surround you. Yeah, it's definitely a good learning tool. You could like log all your cards. It has daily readings. It's not a bad app if it's something you want to get into. You know, I find it entertaining. You know, I don't usually take my life advice out of it, and you know, all the advice is pretty much general anyway, something you'd want to do every day. So, you know, I don't take it too seriously, but it's fun for me studying it, learning. So That was 7, the Chariot. We are done with that. We are moving on to number 8. Ocho is strength. Strength. And it's a lion. This is the first one. I think I haven't been paying too much attention where astrology comes in, and this is a Leo, the lion, the fire sign. So there's a Leo in strength. And I got the Queen of Diamonds. Number 8, strength. I think it's the first one that doesn't have the in it too. Oh, I love astrology. There's number 8, strength. I dabble in astrology too. I only know one. I am a Cancer Leo cusp. So, without giving you the exact date, you could narrow it down to, like a week, what my birthday is. But we're on strength. The story of strength is a great deal of inner understanding that radiates power. Along with this power, there is also compassion. Thus, the relationship between the woman and the lion is not of one force, but balanced between them. So, yeah, I just noticed that round 6, when the other human comes in, 7, the Chariot, comes the horses in the Chariot, and then 8th is strength. So this is another yin and yang, much like lovers, but between interspecies, coexisting between the king of the jungle and the person who thinks they're the king of the jungle. So that is number 8, strength. Number 9 is the Hermit. That is number 9. The story of the Hermit. A time for self-reflection. This is the soul's journey inward. The hermit seeks the ultimate truth and understands that it comes from within, and only after a period of self-isolation from the demands of the world. There is the Hermit. This takes a lot longer than I expected. They exist. Hey, to each their own. To each their own. We're talking about stomach growling videos. If you're not watching this live, I was like, because we were looking for heartbeat videos or talking about heartbeat videos, and that just made me think it was she was making her tummy grumble. I think she didn't eat for a while, and it's not my cup of tea, but no judgment at all. Number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. I think IDK9 is going to be my all-time co-host forever. This is so awesome. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune got the 10 of clubs. Here's the story of the wheel. I think this is the first card where we start. There's no living humans involved. Well, there is. Looks like a pharaoh. I'll show you the card in a minute. But the story of the Wheel of Fortune is greater forces that are outside the human control are at work here. The same force that The same forces that govern the changing of the season or the rising and setting of the sun is also the matter of luck and the fate of individuals. This card represents the inevitable changing of cycles. Its lesson is what comes up must come down. So the Wheel of Fortune. The Path. Thank you. Getting some cool chat going on here. So I want to read that lesson of the Wheel of Fortune again. What comes up must come down. I'll take it for what it's worth. I don't quite on what comes up must come down. So pretty much, luck. That is luck. What comes up must come down. Okay. Moving on to number 11. 11 drew the 8 of clubs. And it is a story of justice. The story of justice is fairness, truth, and the exercise of the law. And this card is karmic retribution. It's karmic retribution. Karma. What you get is a direct result of your actions. It's a pretty straightforward card. Moving on. Number 12, the Hanged Man. Hangman got the ace of diamonds. This one's almost like the Joker, I think. Here's the story. Here's the picture of the Hangman. It's like not the hangman you'd think of. It's a dude. He looks like he's doing it on his own accord. Like, look at me. Okay, here's the story of the Hanged Man. Though the hangman is swinging upside down, the serenity of his expression seems to communicate that he is doing this on his own free will. The hangman understands the value of self-sacrifice. One must take a step backward to move ahead. So it's like that Paula Abdul song. I take a step forward, I take 2 steps back. We come together with opposite track. Number 13. This may, I never thought of this. But no, it's number 12 in the deck. It's number 12. Is it number 13 in the deck? If I'm doing this right. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, the number 13 card is death. And I wonder if that's why a lot of superstitions are, don't like the number 13 because it's the death card. But from my experience, the death card is never as bad as you think. But there's number 13, death, if I'm correct. But the story of death. A cycle comes to close. A radical transformation that requires a part of oneself to be sacrificed to be able to continue to the next plane. With loss, something new can begin. Death carries a sight not just to destroy, but also to sow the new harvest. So it's one of the things that happens to all of us, death. So from my experience, not necessarily a bad card. It depends on the position it's in. But it's not always bad as it looks. This is what it looks like on here. That's pretty scary. I can't see it. But I don't think it's a card that needs to be feared too much. Like I said, it depends what position it is in. To number 14. We're almost done. This is taking a lot of time. It's scary. Number 14. Dang, I think we have all the queens out there now. Number 14, Queen of Clubs, is Temperance. Water sign. And I'm sorry I didn't ask, but number 14 is Temperance. Around November is Scorpio. I think it's October to November, maybe. Anyways, here's the story of Temperance. Taking the middle ground, finding a balance in life that allows you to attain a sense of calm when it relates to the external world. It also means adapting, cooperation, and meditation. So Temperance, number 14, let's take from that is cooperation and meditation. Number 15. This one might be scary. He's got an infinity over his head too. Number 15 is the devil. Devil. Another the card. The devil. Devil man calling. He got a 4 of diamonds. Devil man running in my head. Here's the story of the devil. Represents the fears, obsession, and insecurities that hold humanity back from reaching their true potential. Two souls are enslaved by the beast, a mirror image to the lovers, but their bonds are not those that are physical or real. So it's like an illusion. But here's the devil. I know in some situations the devil symbolizes marriage. I don't know why I find that funny, but moving on. Moving on to another potential scary card. Number 16 drew the Jack of Diamonds. And number 16, I believe, is the Tower. See, Tower. Number 16, the Tower. We are moving right along. And here is the story of the Tower. Inevitable destruction and the breakdown. Something in our lives which we consider foundational. Okay, let's start over again. Inevitable destruction and the breakdown, something in our lives which we consider foundational. Reminiscent of the Tower of Babel, which was built upon far-reaching human ambition, creating an artificial comfort in our lives. But there is always an upside. When the tower levels, not only do we uncover our own hidden resilience, but we can also rebuild anew with greater inner insight. So that's a real complicated card right there. The Tower. Let's move on to something more bright. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. Starlight, star bright. Number 17 is the Star. The Star drew the Jack of Spades. The story of the Star. After the collapse of the tower, the Star suggests the possibility for rebirth, rejuvenation, and overall hope. It is a phase in which one has to trust and faith in oneself and in the universe around them. So trust in the world, love for the world. I believe the children of the future. Treat them well. Let them lead the way. Number 18, the moon, the moon, the moon. The moon could get kind of creepy too, especially being, a little Cancer. It's my ruling planet. My ruling planets are the sun and the moon. But here's the story of the moon. Night is the time when dreams and fantasies rule. The moon also represents instincts that we have buried in our own conscious. They come out to play in the moonlight, but the reflection that we see springing forth can also be illusions. It is an easy way to lose your way in the dark. Capricorn moon, Capricorn moon, Capricorn moon. That's a cool name. Capricorn moon. Let's move on, because that's scary. Here we go. Like outside today. Well, the sun was out all day today, but now it went away, which is okay, because it's like 9 degrees today. But 19, we have the sun. The sun got the 5 of spades. Nice. South America. Oh, that stinks. Yep, your southern hemisphere. Okay, the story of the sun. The sun symbolizes the success of the conscious mind in overcoming any obstacles of fears of the unconscious, usually through attainment of knowledge. So the sun, real brainy, real brainy. Real brainy. There was something else I wanted to say about the sun. Oh yeah, that's another Leo thing. Okay, moving on to 19. We have Judgment. Judgment. Here's the story of Judgment. Judgment indicates the cusp of rebirth. In order to achieve that, you must look back upon your deeds and come to an honest evaluation of yourself. This leads to the awakening that signals a new way of life. So Judgment, that's a good card. Self-examination. Are you worthy? You are worthy. Always. That's always the answer. I am worthy. And the last one we have is the world. I might be missing a card. I have 21 cards, but I thought there was 22. The world. The story of the world. Absolute unity, perfection, accomplishment that draws from inner and outer sources. This card signals the harmony of the inner and outer worlds and reaching a level of enlightenment. An era of one's life is complete, and there is joy and celebration that is coming to welcome it. And we're done. We have our deck. Right? Yeah. There's a lot of scary ones, but there's some good ones. Yeah, they're all pretty much scary. But the point of the readings is we have to find the optimism. There's always optimism in the scary. You always got to find your optimism. Okay, do you want a 3-card reading? While I shuffle these cards. Hello, Dan Tubman for popping and saying hi. Just doing tarot readings. I haven't done myself one, so it's okay. I could do a reading for myself. We'll see how it goes. As I shuffle the cards, get it ready on get reading. I already did my single card on the app. I will just do a past, present, future reading for myself. And then if anyone else would like reading, just say so, and I will give that person a reading after mine. Didn't even shuffle those. I love shuffling the shuffling sounds. We gotta wash them real good. Actually, I might just wash them. I'm gonna wash them. I don't have room. I don't want to shake, so I'm just gonna go like this. First reading, gotta shuffle them really good. Really good. I hope I have all the cards in here. One set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22. Okay, I have 22. Okay, I think I'm ready for my reading. I have a physical deck, so I'll just I have the interpretation right here and that. Take your time. It's going to make me shuffle for a minute and 15 more seconds. I don't mind shuffling because this is my brand new pretty deck. Brand new pretty deck. Made it all by myself. Major arcana deck. Concentrate on your question. Well, my question is, what's my past, present, and my future? Still have to shuffle for 38 seconds. I'm sure I could take down the shuffling time, but I don't mind shuffling. It's a new deck. It's kind of a washing. Concentrate on your question. Is I don't know my question. No, because like I said, I think it was originally a form of entertainment. It's a card game, you know. And the whole meaning of the game is to find optimism in poopy situations and, be wary when in dangerous situations, I think I don't think uh, it's more of a novelty, I believe. But, it's interesting. But here we go. So the answer to the question is, as of right now, I am not afraid. Here we go. Card number 1 is... what is that? The Hierophant. So that's in my past. So let's read about my past. My past card is the Hierophant. And Hierophant in my past position means the keywords are tradition, conformity, morality, and ethics. And here we go with the app's analysis of this in this Hierophant in this position. Following the bounds of tradition, what is tried and true is valued, and is not the time to stray from the path. This card can also represent the pursuit of knowledge or a spiritual guide. So this says the Hierophant in my path means that I've been pursuing knowledge and as a spiritual guide. So yeah, it's kind of true. I'll take that card in the past. This is the present. What's going on now? What am I doing now? Right now, I am the Hanged Man. So this is funny because I think the Hangman's a pretty funny card. The dude's just hanging upside down with a smile on his face. So like, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. But we will... okay, exit out of that. It's pretty true. And the interpretation of the Hangman again is sacrifice, release, and martyrdom. The Hangman in the middle position. Though the Hangman is swinging upside down, the serenity of his expression seems to communicate that he's doing this of his own free will. The Hangman understands the value of self-sacrifice. One must take a step backwards to move ahead. So my present's telling me just to chill out. Chill out and sacrifice something. Yeah, you really got to think into that. Like, what does that really mean in this position in the present? Like I said, my interpretation of it, because I know it's me, is, I'm hanging upside down, smiling. I'm happy right now. I'm laughing. So it's a pretty accurate card in the middle. I'm waiting. It also could mean a period of waiting. So yeah, that's a pretty good card in the present position for me. Now the juicy part. Let's see what's in store for my future, according to the cards, which probably means nothing. But here we go. My future card is number 2, the High Priestess. So I like that one. I like that. This is a good reading. It's pretty much telling me I'm waiting for my High Priestess. And I'm waiting patiently. I think that's another sign of the Hanged Man. It is patience. Patience is definitely another keyword for the hangman. It's like, hey, I'm waiting. I'm looking like a jackass, but I'm waiting. Here we go. The High Priestess. Keywords are intuition, unconscious, and inner voice. And her story is to direct your will outward, one must also be able to understand one's internal world. The High Priestess is the guardian of the unconscious and beacons the traveler to the world within. All right. First thing, High Priestess in the future is it's a woman, so that's cool. So I'm gonna counter a woman in the future. I may know her already. I may not know her, but I have both of these spiritual. I have both in these spiritual characters in my past was a Hierophant, which I that's got to be me. And then studied stuff, astrology stuff, a bunch of stuff. Absolutely happy because yeah, studied a bunch of stuff. The Hierophant, which is the priest. Then the Hangman. I'm waiting. I'm having a fun time. I'm waiting. I'm chilling. I'm entertaining you. I'm hanging upside down with a smile on my face, like, look at me, look at me, look at me, which I am. Going live on YouTube. And then my future, I come across my High Priestess, which is a woman. So, I couldn't be any more happier with that. Could symbolize marriage. It could. You never know. But those three in that position, yeah, I'm definitely happy with my reading. What I got from it is it's spot on. Now, would anybody else like a reading? We could do one card reading, like, how's your day going? All right, you know what? I'm going to take a break too. I'm going to go outside and have a smoke. So if you're still here in 5 minutes, I love you. So feel free to take a bathroom break or something, but I am going to take a break soon. Be back in 5. Hopefully give another reading. I forgot my phone. And back. All right, so I just read a post in my Facebook ASMR community, and this is I guess someone's posting videos about guns, and one of our admin in the community, the Healing Room ASMR, check out our channel, says, just a reminder that if you don't agree with something, doesn't mean it isn't allowed on YouTube. Guns are on YouTube and have become a new trend this month in the ASMR niche. If it bothers you, please avoid them and be respectful to one another. Creators don't owe you any explanation of their work, and no one has the right to tell people what they can and cannot put on their channels unless it goes against YouTube rules. I've had to shut off comments on both posts over nothing. Just ignore the videos you don't find relaxing unless it involves rule breaking. Thank you. Yeah. Why does people find guns relaxing? And that's understandable, like maybe cleaning their guns. Well, she's an admin in the group, so I'll just follow her lead. As D. She says it's all right. It's all right. I'm not an admin. I don't even, I look at the couple people that I'm actually friends with, Facebook friends with in that group. I don't troll the group. But yeah, I think, it's brushing, like cleaning your gun. I think it'd be very calming, especially for a grunt, a soldier. If they're in the field, that's all they have to do is to keep them safe is to, clean their weapon. So yeah, I'll go with D on that one. Thumbs up, good post. I forgot to like that post. I will like that post. Controversy in the ASMR community. Who's to say what? Everybody's different. Who's to say what gives this person tingles and what gives that person tingles? People are still fighting over whether if eating food is ASMR. I'm like, yeah, that's mouth sounds. Yeah, like I said, no judgment. If you get tingles, you get tingles. Post liked. So, are we going to do a reading or what? We're at an hour. That was a random ASMR. Who's still on the ASMR topic? I don't know how many people. Right. Oh, stomach grumbling's not a trigger. Some like it, some don't. I think she did a good job handling that. Because there was the last controversial time we have, and everyone, every so often, people come in with their new niches, and the last one was sexual ASMR. There was a guy trying to get him to do different videos that were of the sexual persuasions. Like, nah, dude, you can't do that here. So, and that's understandable. They want to make it, friendly. You want to make it friendly for everybody in the group. And actually, I think the one thing on the sexual topic, when they brought the porn in, was their debate was, well, it's not for kids. They want you to post everything. They want what you post to be kid appropriate. So some may think that guns are not kids appropriate, and they might have, a case. But D is a new admin over there, and I know they're swamped because it's pretty much turned into all creators. That post used to be taught, or that community used to be, post talking about ASMR, and it turned into a community of creators. It really did. And I've saw, a couple channels get springboarded really nice there. So, I think that was a tough call. Right now, gun videos are cool in the ASMR community. No judgment from me. I don't think I'll watch them. Because I like what I like. I like typing role plays. I like page turnings. So, does anybody want a reading? Yeah, I usually don't scroll through anybody's posts. I took it easy. I'll post a vid in there every once in a while. And, I do get hits on them. So, it is a nice community. But it's getting political up in there. Getting political in the ASMR world. I saw another post, and I actually posted this one on my Facebook, was it's the article was ASMR is taking over the internet and the medical world is just ignoring it. Yeah, it's getting political. ASMR is taking over the internet, and the healthcare industry wants nothing to do with it. And my only thought on that was, yeah, you know why? Because ASMR is free. There's millions of channels that could, maybe do just as well as Xanax and Valium and all those other drugs. There's no money in it for the healthcare industry right now. They could possibly try to take it over, which in reality they may. If it gets too big, they could start censoring ASMR. Probably take like the medical role plays away, but I don't even know if they could do that, because you're essentially a drug. The sounds and triggers produce the same physical response you would get from a drug they take, and you're not buying their product. You're not buying their product. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to be doped up. You're not taking your Xanax or your Valium. I don't know if they've done any studies on it yet either. They're probably waiting to see, how effective it is. But honestly, I don't think they'll ever start prescribing it. Here in America, it's all about the quick fix and the drugs. Take your drugs and listen to ASMR. It's better. Who knows? Who knows? We got in some deep, deep topics here at the end. For the new joiners, the topic was, and I gotta say, if anyone wants a reading, say so in the chat. My table sucks. What is the strangest ASMR I have watched? It might have been one of my videos. I don't really get into too many strange ones, but some mouth sound ones get strange. Or I can't get into like close-ups of eating. I saw just a clip from a eating. And it was a real close-up of the guy's face, just chewing. That didn't, that was, to me, that was strange. I don't, not saying it's bad or anything, but it's not something I enjoy visually. But other people do, because other people do. I'm trying to think of some other ones. They weren't strange. They didn't stick with me. Yeah, that's got a. Is that on YouTube? Like eating live fish, like just like taking a fish fresh out the ocean and. Nobody wants to do my tarot readings. Well, because I'm an amateur. I give myself a good one, though. All right. The Fry Wire, gonna do reading. Let me get my app up. Like I said, I'm new. I just made this deck. If you want to rewatch the process of me making this deck, rewatch the video. But cool. We get to give a reading. I'll give a past, present, and future reading. My first reading ever. It's going to be a vague general reading. It might make me wait a minute, 30 seconds to have a physical deck. All right. We have a minute and a half to spare while I shuffle my card. It says, while I'm shuffling, concentrate on your question. So if you have a question that you want to, that's at the top of your head, go ahead and think of it. You could tell me or not tell me your question. Like I said, it's going to be a general reading. Concentrate on your question. It's a past, present, and future reading. Think of your question while I shuffle your deck. $30 seconds. Okay, we are ready for your past card. We have. Ooh, is that the sun? Ooh, the sun. That is a cool card. We will see what the sun has to say. The sun in the past means it's number 19. The sun stands for joy, success, celebration, and positivity. Yeah. Symbolizes the success of the conscious mind in overcoming any obstacles or fears of the conscience, usually through attainment of knowledge. So maybe a graduation to high school, college, any kind of schooling or something. But in the past, maybe, something good there. So you got something, joy, success. So it sounds like you have a pretty bright past. let's see how you are now, or what situation you are in now. We have the Empress. So a woman appears in your present, and congratulations, it's the sun. So there is a woman here right now for you, and see the Empress. The Empress in the present. The Empress stands for motherhood, fertility, and nature. She is the symbol of the feminine principle, a representation of Venus and Mother Earth. She is nurturing, fertile, and a provider. There is something to her that suggests a mother figure as well. So, this could be your mother, or it could be, this could be any woman in your life right now. But, motherhood, fertility, nature, I don't know your story. So it could be, your mom's proud of you. It could be you have a girlfriend, your girlfriend or wife or someone wants to make a baby. Or it could also be nature. So it's a woman present in your life right now. Take from it what you will. It doesn't have to be necessarily, a wife or a girlfriend. Or a significant other could mean, a woman that's close to you. Maybe a sister is pregnant or something. But it could mean also maybe you're going and do if you're a woman, it might be you. I didn't think of that either. I always assume people are just guys. But start to assume, make an ass out of me and me. So, the Empress, a woman in your life, motherhood, fertility, and nature. Like number 3. Hey, Jamie. Guys or gals, I want you to go check out this nice young lady's ASMR channel when you're done here. Jamie Cornelius ASMR. She is one of my faves. So we will move on to, sorry, Frywire, I got all discombobulated like a stars in the room. Oh my goodness. But we will move to your future card. So in the past we had the sun, the celebration. In the present we have the Empress. And your future for the Frywire is the Tower. Oh no. This is a scary card, but the meaning of the story is we are to find positives in the bad. So let's look at the interpretation of the Tower. It's a deep card. You'll be fine. Sudden upheaval, pride, disaster. Later, IDK9. Don't be scared. This wasn't to scare you. It's a novelty. But let's finish the reading. It's not as scary as it seems. Sudden upheaval, pride, disaster. It may be a warning, but that's it. Nothing, it's the future, so the future can be changed. Inevitable destruction and the breakdown something in our lives which we consider foundational. Reminiscent of the Tower of Babel, which was built upon far-reaching human ambition, creating an artificial comfort in our lives. But there is always an upside down. When the tower levels, not only do we uncover our own hidden resilience, but we can also rebuild anew with greater inner insight. So the tower in the future is, it's a warning. It's a far-reaching human ambition creating an artificial comfort in our lives. So the only thing that's going to fall really is what is artificial. No, it's not. It says pride right there, just, I think moving forward, stay humble, keep being a good person. The sun is going to continue, just something that you thought was important in your life isn't that important. That's how I see it. You could interpret it your own way. And your 3 cards were the sun, the Empress, and the tower. So if you want to research those on your own, that'd be great. Jamie, do you want a reading? Mm-hmm. Nice. Didn't even have to type it. Uh-oh, which one's my deck? Yes. You are welcome, and thank you for showing up, the Flywire. Okay. It's going to make my shuffly do. I have to wash these cards. I want to wash them real quick because I've done 2 readings with them. So I will wash the cards. I'm not going to start the minute 30 shuffle till I've washed them. So I'll wash these cards. And I'm a noob, so, you could research these cards on your own. I'm still a noob, so my interpretations, but we have a minute 30. Think of your question, it says. Concentrate on your question. This is a past, present, and future reading. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Do some more flutter fingers. Do some more flutter fingers. Spare fingers, spare fingers, spare fingers, spare fingers. Concentrate on your question. Concentrate on your question. Okay, we are ready. Oh. Oh, if it makes me wait another. Had the same cards, but we have number 8 is strength. Strength. And that's the lion. So your past is strength. I have to do this a different way than I've been doing them because something went up, but I'll go to the database. Just 1 second, please. I'm having technical difficulties. Tarot database. We will go to We gotta find strength. Okay. Yeah, strength is good. Strength in your path. Here's what it says about strength. A great deal of inner understanding that radiates power. Along with power, there is also compassion. Thus, the relationship between the woman and the lion is not one of force, but balance between them. So, strength in the past, it symbolizes, your connection with animals. It's the animal-human relationship, and it's a good one. It's not forced. You're not forcing you're not forcing love, and they're not forcing their love on you. So it's a sign of balance. Strength in the past, a balanced past, and your present. The Fool. And I love the Fool. The Fool's a good card to me because it signifies excitement. It's a new journey. So let's see what the app says about the Fool. Innocence, new beginnings, and a free spirit. So right now, the Fool in your it's a new beginning. And here it is. This major arcana tells the story of an individual's path towards completion. Being the first card, the Fool, therefore, is a blank slate, a representation of purity and innocence of a child that knows nothing of the world. New journeys are signaled here, and the Fool is full of exuberance and energy. He does not know the dangers that can beset him during his travels, and thus he stumbles forward with complete optimism, never suspecting that he may be walking on a thin, tight rope. So, the Fool, very exciting card, in my opinion. New journey, new beginnings, and just having a positive outlook on life, not letting the gloom and doom take over you. That's a strong card in the present, in my opinion. So we will move on. Yeah. We will move on to your future. I'm going to create a little speculation. Take a sip. A little more speculation. We have the Empress. This could be you. Usually when a woman card comes up, the Fool could be you as well. And Strength could be you as well. So these all have woman qualities, because I know in some decks the Fool is a woman. So we will say what the Empress has to say. She obviously rules kingdoms and stuff, so that's got to be pretty cool. But the Empress signalizes motherhood, fertility, and nature. This came up in our last reading. She is the symbol of feminine principle, a representation of Venus and Mother Earth. She is nurturing, fertile, and a provider. There is something to her that suggests a mother figure as well. So there you go. That is in your 3 cards, where if you want to do more research on this, your past card was Strength, and your present card was the Fool, and your future is the Empress. I think the Empress could signify you. No problem. Thank you for showing up. And I'm probably going to call it off, but I might come back on later in the night. This was so fun. Got to do some readings. And I actually, the first probably 45 minutes of this video was me making this deck. So if you want to watch that, I'd go through and write all the, I give all the characteristics of every card and write them down. So if you want to watch this video, there's probably some good tarot information in it. I love you all. If you haven't already, like the video, comment on the video, and subscribe. I love you all, and I will see you maybe later tonight. Bye.